Welcome to a Rocky Mountain Sasquatch organization roundtable drive. This is our type of a podcast. When we go into expeditions in and out of Bigfoot sighting locations, we want to show you the greater area. Pretty sure the Bigfoot does not live out his life at the spot that someone saw him. This area I'm taking you guys into, last I checked, there was 9 Class A sighting reports on the BFRO website. I'm on the northwest side of Bear Lake, on the Idaho side of the border. The mountains surrounding Bear Lake on the west, south, and north sides are a lot of Bigfoot sighting reports. And as a matter of fact, on the south side, we'll end up on the south side at some point today. South side was the last video. It's called the Sinks Sasquatch. Yeah, go watch that video. I think it's the real deal after getting a guy down there to do a size comparison, and then all the footprints that our organization found. We found tracks the same the first day that we investigated, and then we come back to cast one of the better tracks, and we found dozens more. So it's a pretty compelling sighting captured on video. Yeah, I'm starting on the north side. Checking out a place near Strawberry Spring. I'm just kind of looking to see if there's any tracks in the snow. The creature has been spotted here many times in the wintertime. And tracks have been found in this area from time to time by snowmobilers. Yeah, 2 sightings right at the same spot. Unrelated sighting, 10 years difference between the sightings. The Bigfoot was bold on one of those encounters and the other aggressive. The bold encounter was, it walked right up to the truck the guy was trying to sleep in and peed over the top of where the guy had been urinating. The guy got stuck in there in his truck, and he just decided to wait till morning to dig out. So sleeping in the cab of the truck, not sleeping very well, and it slowly made its way up towards his vehicle, peed on top of where he peed, after it sniffed the ground where he was peeing, and then left. That's pretty bold. Long drawn out sighting. The guy observed it for a long time from the front seat of his car. And then the other one, 10 years later, a couple of guys on a hunting trip, them and their dogs back in there at the same exact spot. And it was making some pretty aggressive noises and stomping in the forest. Dogs went out after it, and after roaring at the dogs and chasing them back to the camp, stood right in the tree line. And these guys fired off weapons to finally get it to leave, but it chased the dogs back to camp, and the dogs just rolling around their feet. But yeah, that happened up here on the very top near a Strawberry Spring. Went in the area and investigated, and happy we did. found a mountaintop water source close to where it happened, and then the exact place it happened. There's dozens and dozens of elderberry bushes back in there. And that particular acre that both sightings happened, it's a territorial snap-off area where a lot of North American Indian tribes, especially in the Pacific Northwest, they believe that those snap-offs are territorial deals. Now the Bigfoot will snap the sapling at the biggest spot that it can, and as high up as it can, to show off its size and its power. And sometimes when you're seeing some of these in these areas that are 7, 8, 9, 10, up to 12 feet off the ground, and anywhere from 3 inches up to 5 inches snapped. I mean, you take a branch and see how big of a branch you can snap just by twisting it with your 2 hands. I mean, not using your knee or your foot, just snapping it. That's some size and some power. Well, there's about 24 snap-offs in this acre, and then you leave that acre and there's hardly any anywhere. And inside that acre is just a plethora of these elderberry bushes that get berries, and you know, even people can eat the berries. They're good. My son Caleb just loves them. Jenny's dad likes to make juice out of them. And then we noticed that moose and elk, and maybe even the deer do, but I've noticed that the elk and the moose like to eat the branches of the plant when it doesn't have fruits, like in the fall and the winter. So, I mean, Bigfoot may be able to do the same dang thing and eat the branches when the fruits aren't there. And I think the plant benefits from being pruned. It's like the next year it forms more branch split-offs at these prune sites and develop more berries. So but yeah, when I put it together after reading these 2 different sighting reports and, you know, the directions they give and everything, I'm like, what the heck? That's at the same spot. So I had to get in there and see what's going on. And what's going on is there's a good reason to be there. Mountaintop water, of course, when there isn't snow and all that, and then the elderberry bushes. It's also an aspen grove, a large aspen grove, and that medical doctor that was camping in Jarbidge observed a Bigfoot eating aspen leaves, eating them right off the branch. Those aspen leaves are smaller leaves, and they seem like they would be tender compared to like oak or what's another plant? Maple in the area that have leaves. Then of course moose. Moose are known as the twig eaters. They'll eat the twigs in the wintertime of almost any kind of a tree, and they like to eat the bark. But something else that moose are known for is they'll eat pine needles. Do you imagine if a Bigfoot could eat pine needles, how many different habitats it could survive in on just pine needles? And I do know that people like to make tea out of certain pine needles, like the pinyon pine, and there's supposed to be some vitamin C in all that. You know, kind of checking the snow levels up here on the top, see when we can start getting in and out of some areas. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy these drives into these places. We make a lot more hiking videos than the drives. We really like to be into those places. It's weird, I've been in spots like this, and you're looking at all this snow, and it's like, oh, this stuff's going to be here forever. And then in like 2 or 3 weeks of really warm weather, I mean, it's gone. Yeah, when it starts hitting 70 and 80, the snow goes fast. It's 45 out there right now, so it is melting ever so slowly right now. It's pretty cool. I like to go to different websites and check on their sighting reports in areas, of course, because I'm trying to find hot spots. And then I'm amazed after I go into an area and show the video, and then I'll start getting people saying, hey, that's where I saw mine. And so all of a sudden, it's kind of a little domino effect. All of a sudden I'll get 5 or 6 more reports out of an area because someone saw the video and recognized where we're at, and it's like, hey, that's where mine happened. Yeah, the Bigfoot sighting report I got in Indian Canyon recently. It's because someone watched one of our Indian Canyon Bigfoot investigations. Yeah, this is a pretty cool area. There's, you know, 9 that I know of on the BFRO site, and then the Oregon Bigfoot website. There's a couple on there from this area, and then our team has received about, I would say, a dozen or more in this general area. We've made a lot of videos and blogs of those reports out of these areas. Yeah, Bloomington Canyon, which when I very first started this video, I just barely passed Bloomington Canyon, and over 100 years ago, or right around 100 years ago, that's when there was a lot of newspaper articles about people's sightings back then. And of course, Bigfoot wasn't even the name of the creature back then. Just people were reporting seeing a hairy naked wild man. That's what a lot of them would explain. And yeah, the mouth of Bloomington Canyon was known for Bigfoot, and all these canyons on this side where we're at now, they all intersect, but that there's a web of them. On the right hand side, well, even on the left hand side. On the left hand side, there's the military base sighting back in there. There's also the Georgetown sighting, the Bloody Bucket sighting. So many great places to look for Bigfoot. And it's neat to get to know the area and where all the sightings are. And Okay, I'm coming down off of this mountain. And so I'm going to end this particular round table drive. I hope you guys enjoyed a look at the area. And I'm going to go scout out another area today. I want to go check out the south side of the Bear Lake over where the Sinks Bigfoot video was. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Keep on watching. I'm going to keep on squatching.